In today's video, I'm going to discuss my top 5 silver picks for 2025. Going into a coin shop or going to an online bullion store can be quite overwhelming if you don't know what you're looking for, because you will find there are dozens, if not hundreds, of different options in the silver market on where you can invest your cash into this precious metal. Well, I'm going to talk about my top 5 picks based on criteria such as premiums, practicality, divisibility, ease of liquidity, and best return on investment. As you can see in front of you, there's a few different silver options that I have in my store. Didn't even scratch the surface on all the different types. I bet you I have 100 different types of silver you can invest in just in stock in the store today. But I'm going to go over the top 5 best ones that I feel stackers should gravitate towards in the year 2025. So we got a fun list that we're going to go over here coming up. Be sure to stick around. Number 5 on my top 5 silver to stack for the year 2025 is the 1 ounce American Silver Eagle. 1 ounce American Silver Eagles made this list for several reasons. It's a practical bullion coin to stack because of its recognizability. It is supposedly the most recognized silver bullion coin around the world. If you have an American Silver Eagle, chances are there's people that are going to understand its value, and therefore it becomes easy to sell or trade with it. It's also divisible. Well, not necessarily you can break these in half, but what I mean by that is it's in a size that's not cumbersome. If you were to do some trading or had to sell and you just had your silver wealth in 100-ounce bars, that becomes a little clunky. When you have smaller 1-ounce coins, you can sell or trade a little bit at a time to get that cash you may need. As I said before, it's easily liquid. Its ease of liquidity is quite high because it's so recognizable, and these are always in demand, so they're quite easy to sell or liquidate if you get in a crunch for cash. And return on investment. Typically, American Silver Eagles are purchased back from customers over spot. You know, markets will change, so if you're watching this 6 months after I put it out, that could be different. But in today's world, if you come in the shop with a 1 ounce American Silver Eagle, brilliant, uncirculated, retail friendly, I'm going to pay you over spot price. So the fact that you're paying a little higher premium today, in a sense, you get some of that back on the sell side. So for those reasons, that's why I place American Silver Eagles in the number 5 slot. What do you think of that? Is that a good spot for American Silver Eagles? Would you have put it higher? Or would it have even made your list? Please, as we go through these items on today's video, drop down in the comments if you agree, if you disagree. Curious to know. Let's move on to number 4. The number 4 item that I have on my top 5 silver to stack for 2025 list are 1 ounce silver sovereigns. Now, I lump these all into one category. I consider a sovereign, of course, American Silver Eagles is a sovereign coin also, but I always separate that out because I live in America. But the major mints around the world sovereign coins I would put in the number 4 slot. That would include Great Britain, Canada, South Africa, Austria. I would also put Australia in there, and I don't think I put an Australian one on the tray. But coins similar to this, these have almost identical premiums to each other. The premiums on these 1 ounce silver coins right now to stack are less than American Silver Eagles. So your landed cost is going to be less for the same amount of silver. So that's why it beat American Silver Eagles on the list, for the sole reason of lower premiums. These are also quite recognizable worldwide. They're in a nice 1 ounce size for ease of liquidity and divisibility. And you do get a good return on investment on these as well. Not as good as Eagles, but your upfront cost is lesser. So it makes these a great solid choice, coming in at number 4 on the top 5 silver to stack for 2025. Number 3 on my list are 10 ounce silver bars. 10 ounce silver bars of the 3 items I've shown so far have the lowest premium, meaning your landed cost per ounce is cheapest of any of the items I've shown so far. That makes it an attractive choice. Why did I pick 10 ounce? Well, 10 ounce, in my opinion, is a good size. It's got a little bit of heft to it. It's big enough where you're going to see typically a reduction in premium versus buying a 1 ounce round or coin, but it's not so big like a 100 ounce bar where it's going to be hard to liquidate. 10 ounce bars, of all the bar sizes, is probably the most popular size that we sell. You typically on a 10 ounce bar do get a good return on investment because of your lower upfront cost. Even if you end up selling these at spot or even a little bit under spot, the fact that you can purchase these for not much over spot makes them an attractive choice. So number 3 on the list, 10 ounce silver bars. I think that's a good thing to stack in 2025. Number 2 on the list, we're getting close to number 1 here, are going to be 1 ounce silver rounds. Much like Eagles and the Sovereigns that we had in slots 5 and 4, 1 ounce silver rounds check off all the boxes. They have low premium. They're practical. They're a small size, so they're easily divisible and have great liquidity because of their size. And good ROI. You get a great return on investment on 1 ounce silver rounds because of your low upfront cost. Much like 10 ounce silver bars, you pay a smaller premium up front. Sure, you get a smaller premium when you sell back, maybe even you sell back at a bit of a discount, but it's typically not as big of a spread as it would be on a higher premium item like a 1 ounce American Silver Eagle. One of my favorite things, aside from the low landed cost of these 1 ounce silver rounds, is the variety. There's literally thousands of different designs made by dozens, if not hundreds, of private refineries, making the variety so fun. I have seen so many different silver round designs in my years, and to this day, new ones come in the shop that I've never seen before. So for me, I like variety. It's no fun for me if I have 1,000 of these sitting at home and they all look the same. I'd rather have a variety of things to look at, but that's just me. But 1 ounce silver rounds are always a good value in terms of other items on the market. It's usually one of the lowest premium items that you can pick up at your local coin shop or at an online bullion dealer because of the great variety and the great availability. And it's still 1 troy ounce of 99 silver. For that reason, it's my number 2 on my list of top 5 silver to stack in 2025. Now, before I go to number 1, why don't you drop down in the comments what you think it should be? Pause the video if you need to. But if you've watched my channel before and you followed me for quite some time, you're going to know that I'm quite a proponent of this number 1 item. I feel everybody should own some, and I wasn't always that way. This item that comes in at number 1 on my top 5 silver items to stack in 2025, I haven't always been a big proponent of. In fact, probably it's within the last 5 years that I've really started stacking this hard, for lack of a better word. I'm trying to add more of this as often as I can to my own personal stack. And if you followed my channel, you probably know where this is going. Well, here it is. 90% silver. There have been great opportunities and not so great opportunities to stack 90% silver just in the last 5 years. There was a period where premiums on 90% silver were in the double-digit dollars over spot per ounce. We're talking 12, 15, maybe as high as $18 per ounce within the last 4 years, actually. Wow. And that's when I wasn't stacking it. As the premium started to come down, that's when I took notice. And today, as I film this in January of 2025, premiums on 90% silver are as low as I have ever seen them in my dozen years that I've been doing this. Wow, what a great opportunity, right? So 90% silver coinage comes in at my number 1 because of low premium, number 1. Practicality, because it's US silver coinage that you're buying. It's recognizable, it's divisible. You have sizes as small as a dime. It's easily liquid, because let's face it, if you had to, you could spend this for 50 cents, but you sure wouldn't because it's 90% silver. But because of its recognizability, it's going to be easy to find somebody that understands the value of the silver within these coins, and you get a great return on your investment. because as I said, you can buy this for not much over spot right now. Premiums on this are extremely, extremely low, making it my number 1 choice. There's half dollars, there's quarters, and there's dimes. And in any $1.40 face value, you're going to have 1 troy ounce of pure silver if this was melted down and separated. So $1.40 equals 1 ounce. It's just real easy. It's an easy, easy choice for me. The number 1 thing I feel in the silver department that you should stack in 2025 is 90% silver US coinage. Now, I will say this. I know it's not for everybody. Not everybody likes old dirty dimes and grubby half dollars and worn out quarters. That's perfectly fine. If you don't like this stuff, don't stack it. A lot of people like the shiny stuff, like came in at number 2, 1 ounce silver rounds, right? So I think for a lot of people, something like this probably would be their number 1, but not for me. I'm sticking with 90% silver because of all the items that I showed in this video. This currently has the lowest premium above spot, making it the most affordable silver that you can buy. So let me know what you thought of the list. In fact, drop down in the comments what your top 5 would be. Would it include some of the items I put on my list, or do you have a list of your own? I'm interested. Please share your thoughts down below. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. I do my best to comb through the comments and answer them as I can. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It doesn't cost a thing. And if you could be so kind, share this video out and click that notification bell to click all notifications, so as we put out new videos, you get notified. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you so much. Have a great day.